Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you've ever found yourself daydreaming about the roar of a classic engine or the timeless beauty of a vintage car, then you're in for a treat today. We're going to dive deep into a world where passion meets profit, a world that's becoming more accessible and lucrative than ever before. That's right, we're talking about vintage cars as a potential gold mine. Now, you might be thinking, aren't classic cars just an expensive hobby for the super rich? Well, that's a common misconception. The truth is, the market has been changing, and some major shifts are creating incredible opportunities for enthusiasts and investors just like you and me. One of the biggest game changers has been the recent removal of certain tariffs on imported vehicles. This is huge news. It means that sourcing a classic from overseas is no longer bogged down by hefty taxes, effectively lowering the barrier to entry and opening up a global treasure trove of automotive history. So, what does this tariff-free landscape really mean for you? First, it expands your hunting ground. Imagine finding that perfect rust-free gem that's been hiding in a dry, sunny climate halfway across the world, and being able to bring it home without a massive tax bill eating into your budget. This increased accessibility not only gives you more choice, but also introduces more competition into the market, which can help stabilize prices and create smarter buying opportunities. You're no longer limited to what's available in your local area. The entire world is now your showroom. This shift is turning the classic car market from a niche hobby into a serious alternative investment class. Think about it. Stocks can be volatile. Real estate requires massive capital, but a well-chosen vintage car is a tangible asset. It's something you can see, touch, and, best of all, enjoy. While you're savoring that classic driving experience on a Sunday morning, your investment could be appreciating in value. It's one of the few assets that can deliver both financial returns and an unparalleled sense of joy and nostalgia. But before you start scouring international classifieds, let's talk strategy. Not all old cars are created equal. So, what makes a vintage car a valuable investment? There are a few key factors to look for. Rarity is a big one. Limited production models, or cars with a unique history, like a racing pedigree, are always in high demand. Think about the legendary Shelby Cobra or the early Porsche 911s. These aren't just cars, they're rolling pieces of history, and collectors are willing to pay a premium for that exclusivity. Next up is condition and originality. A car with its original engine, paint, and interior what we call numbers matching is often far more valuable than one that has been heavily modified. A well-documented restoration that brings a car back to its factory spec glory can also command top dollar. Keep a meticulous record of all maintenance and restoration work. This provenance or paper trail is crucial. It's the car's resume, and it proves its history and authenticity to future buyers, adding significant value. And, of course, there's desirability. Some cars are just icons. They capture a moment in time, a cultural zeitgeist. Cars like the Jaguar E-Type, the 1960s Ford Mustang, or the classic Mercedes-Benz SL Pagoda. These vehicles have a timeless appeal that transcends generations. Their enduring popularity means there's almost always a strong market for them. Identifying these blue-chip classics is a key part of a smart investment strategy. They might require a higher initial investment, but they tend to be more stable and have a proven track record of appreciation. Now, let's get specific. Which cars should you be looking out for right now? While the million-dollar Ferraris are out of reach for most, there's a whole segment of the market that's buzzing with potential. For example, Japanese classics from the 80s and 90s, often called JDM heroes, are skyrocketing in value. Cars like the Nissan Skyline GTR, the Toyota Supra, and the Acura NSX were technological marvels of their time, and a new generation of enthusiasts who grew up with them are now reaching their peak earning years. They want the poster cars from their bedroom walls, and prices are reflecting that. Another hot segment is classic German engineering. Think about the air-cooled Porsche 911s. For years, they've been a benchmark for performance and style, and their values have seen a steady, impressive climb. But don't overlook other German classics. A well-maintained BMW E30 M3 or a Mercedes-Benz 190 E2.52 16 Evo 2 are becoming modern legends. They offer a raw analog driving experience that's hard to find in today's cars, and collectors are taking notice. Let's not forget the American muscle. While the rarest Hemi Cudas and Shelby GT500s are already in the stratosphere, there are still great buys to be had. A well-optioned first-generation Chevrolet Camaro or a Pontiac GTO offers that classic V8 rumble and iconic styling without necessarily breaking the bank. These cars have a huge following and a robust aftermarket, making them relatively easy to own, maintain, and eventually sell. So, how do you actually succeed in this market? The secret is knowledge. Do your homework. Before you even think about buying, immerse yourself in the community. Join online forums. Go to car shows and talk to owners and mechanics. Learn the common weak spots of the models you're interested in. Does it have a tendency to rust in certain places? Are parts for the transmission notoriously hard to find? Knowing the answers to these questions will save you from making a costly mistake. A bargain car that needs tens of thousands in unexpected repairs is no bargain at all. When you're ready to buy, always, and I mean always, get a pre-purchase inspection from a specialist who knows that specific make and model. This is non-negotiable. A general mechanic might miss the subtle signs of a hidden problem that an expert will spot immediately. This inspection is your best defense against buying someone else's problems. It might cost a few $100s, but it could save you thousands, or even tens of thousands in the long run. Now, let's address the challenges. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. The vintage car market can have its ups and downs, just like any other market. Values can fluctuate based on economic trends and changing tastes. And don't forget the costs of ownership. Insurance, storage, and maintenance are all part of the equation. A classic car requires more than just an occasional oil change. It needs consistent care and attention to maintain its condition and value. You need to budget for these running costs as part of your overall investment plan. But if you're smart, patient, and truly passionate about the cars, the rewards can be immense. The key is to buy what you love. If you choose a car that genuinely excites you, then even if its value doesn't shoot to the moon overnight, you still own an amazing machine that brings you joy. You can take it to car meets, go for scenic drives, and share your passion with a vibrant community of fellow enthusiasts. The experiences and memories you create are a return on investment that you just can't put a price on. The removal of tariffs has cracked the door open to a world of opportunity. It's a chance to connect with automotive history on a global scale and potentially make a smart financial move in the process. Whether you're dreaming of an elegant British roadster, a muscular American coupe, or a high-revving Japanese sports car, there's never been a better time to start your journey. Begin by doing your research, defining your budget, and focusing on the cars that truly speak to you. This is more than just an investment in metal, glass, and rubber. It's an investment in art, in engineering, and in a shared cultural heritage. It's about preserving a piece of history for the next generation to enjoy. And with the right approach, this passion can pay dividends in more ways than one. Thanks so much for watching today. I hope this has inspired you to look at vintage cars in a new light. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next deep dive into the world of amazing machines. Drop a comment below and let me know what your dream vintage car is. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, drive safe and keep the passion alive.